Okay, so our project is basically trying to minimize the amount of water used to water lawns. So right here we have an aquarium that we built. We have a grass, we have 2 sprinklers set up, and we have a soil moisture sensor. So in reality, all grass needs is 1 inch of water. But the systems out there that are already in lawns, basically the way they work, they're based on time. So let's say you tell your lawn to water Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's going to water during those times, and it's not going to look at basically how much water is already in the lawn and whether it's going to rain. So we decided to build a prototype that will basically sense the amount of water in the ground right now, as well as decide and look into the future and see whether there's going to be any rainfall. And based on that, it's going to decide whether to water. Now Matt's going to show you our user interface.
Okay, so here we have the user interface for this system. It's a web application, and the user starts on this screen here showing the watering schedule. So they select which days of the week they want to water on, and this is a maximal schedule. So the system will never water more than these days, but it will select which ones of these days should be watered on, and if the system has enough water already, it will prevent it from watering. So once that's selected, the system goes and gathers a weather forecast based on weather data available from sites like Google and the Weather Network. And it calculates a future weather budget using the percentage probability of rain and the amount of rain falling on each of those days. So it'll calculate an expected value of rain in the coming days, and it'll determine whether it's possible to get to the next watering day without watering today. And if it is possible to get to the next watering day without watering today, then the system will decide whether it's a better idea to water today or whether it's a better idea to water tomorrow. And the way it does that is by calculating the evaporation losses on both days and minimizing those. So when we run the system, we end up with notifications on the user panel. So here's the system watering. And the notifications that you get from the system will tell you the rationale behind the decision of whether to water or not. So it'll tell you that when the program started, it received a certain moisture reading from the sensor, and that moisture reading was enough to say, or was not enough in this case, that the system needed to water on top of that. And you get all these notifications, so you know why the system's behaving the way it does. You can affect its behavior by setting the schedule, and you minimize your water losses because it never waters more than the initial schedule. So thank you for listening.